Potatoes keeping that jam going.
I know.
Okay.
Oopsies.
What's up, Potato? How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are
Hey,
you?
I'm good. I think everybody thought we were going to come in, like dancing like the Spice Girls or some shit with that music.
Coming in hot.
Well, we did have a little J moment before we began. I was like, all right. I said I'm gonna put a 1 minute intro up. So I put it up and we're sitting there patiently waiting, it automatically mutes you. And I went to my YouTube studio and I'm like, wait a minute, we're not live. What's going on? I realized I forgot to click live before I clicked
We
the
had a
intro.
countdown.
We had a countdown, so we only spared you with the 30 seconds instead of the 1 minute. Dance it out. So what's happening? What's happening in the old Englands?
In England, it's been a very nice day today, actually. A very busy day for me, not a relaxing Sunday. Been driving around the country.
Yeah. Well, at least the weather's nice, right?
Yeah, well, it's definitely getting nicer. We're definitely getting some sun cracking through.
Oh, nice.
Not as much rain.
Yeah, you guys get enough rain and cloudiness there.
Yeah, it's about time, right?
I'm going to try to share my screen, but what we're going to do tonight is we're going to talk through the main suspect, probably like is that the only suspect we've heard of officially in this case?
Yes.
Named, yeah. So the only named suspect in the Delphi murders. And we're going to talk about a little bit about his background, and then we're going to read through and we're going to role play through the interview that was the HLN did with him.
Yeah, Barbara McDonald from HLN. She's the only one who's had an interview with him as well.
Yeah, and it seems like she kind of got in there like right in the nick of time, and got some pretty good information.
Yeah, some contradicting information. It's very interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I admittedly have not followed this case really closely. I've, kept up on the ins and outs of it in like little brief updates. And I did watch a documentary. I can't remember what station it was on. Maybe did Netflix have one, or maybe it was here on YouTube. But at any rate, terrifying story. These girls just were hanging out, went to a place that they would just go in and go on walks, right? Like a trail through a forest.
Yeah. They just went there for a walk to go and see the bridge and things. They were only meant to be there for about an hour as well, which is really sad.
Well, can you walk us through like a little bit of the timeline of that day, and then we can start to talk about Mr. Kline. Yeah.
So February 13th, Abby Williams and Libby German disappeared. They'd gone to the Deer Creek, Monon High Bridge to hike across. They were dropped off sometime after 2 p.m. And they were meant to get picked up at about 3:15 by Libby's dad.
Roberta.
Libby's sister dropped her off and the dad was picking them up. But they weren't there when he got there. So the family did a bit of a search. Couldn't find them. And at about 5:30, they called the police and reported them missing. So on that same day as well, Libby and Abby had been communicating with Anthony Shots, which is the profile on Snapchat and Instagram. And that account had been active on 2 devices that day. Libby's sister, Kelsey, had contacted like the last known communications between Libby and whoever she was talking to on that day. And it included Anthony Shots. And then the next day, their bodies were found. February 15th.
Wow. Okay, so wait, let me back up. So wasn't it the one girl's older sister?
Yeah.
That drove
Kelsey
them there, and then the mom was supposed to pick them up after work?
The dad was meant to pick them up.
Or the dad?
3:15, he was picking them up.
Okay, so he got there, and he's like, they're not at the meeting place.
No.
So do you know what happened? Like, did he get out and like immediately?
Yeah.
Do you know what happened that day with them?
Yeah, they did a bit of a search and stuff, looked around the area, couldn't find them anywhere. I think her sister went out there as well and was looking too. And she was obviously contacting Libby's last contacts and things to see if anybody had heard, like, where they might be. But there was nothing. So then they contacted police at 5:30 to report them missing.
Terrifying.
And
like, I can't imagine what they went through in those 2 hours.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
They did helicopter searches and they didn't find anything. They had like heat-seeking technology and stuff. They couldn't find anything. And it wasn't until the next day that they found them on the other side of Deer Creek. So it was like away from the bridge.
That bridge looks terrifying too. I don't think I would have the gall to cross that.
No, I'd
be scared.
It's got gaps between the sleepers and stuff on top of it, and it's really high.
Is it? What I mean, was it walkable then?
I'm sorry, people do walk across it.
It is like it's deemed safe.
And I think they did cross it, and they like the pictures that Libby had taken was on the way back, I think.
Okay, so I'm trying to get this. I'm trying to get these pictures up here, but it's difficult with this service. But I know everybody's pretty much seen that bridge.
Yeah, the bridge guy.
Yeah, it's pretty infamous now, I think.
Yes, so they think that they were waiting for him to get across before they started heading back again.
So what point do we think that photo was snapped of the man?
I actually had a time for that. I haven't written it down.
Because, like, was that, okay, when they did that photo, when they took that photo, was that the same photo? Did that catch that, was that actually a video?
It was a video, yeah.
So that was the only thing. It was that one thing, and then they took a screenshot from that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's all they have to go on?
Yeah, that's it.
Is that voice? And that voice is like, it's not real clear to me anyways.
No,
it's hard to make out.
I think there was probably other voices in there as well, and they kind of had to block those out. So
yeah. I mean, at least they have something. And I mean, the girls obviously must have felt some type of way, right? I mean, why else would they take a picture of that guy unless they thought something didn't feel right?
Well, yeah, a man out there on his own as well. I mean, there was no one else around either.
God, that just gives me chills, because I wonder, what she was thinking when she took that picture. If she just thought, this might just be a creepy guy. But for young girls like that to get that feeling, it's got to be pretty obvious. You know what I'm saying? Because kids are so naive. They don't really pick up on that. They're so in their own world that they're not really picking up on other people's vibes usually. So very, very smart girl to do that.
To take a video as well. I mean, to have that presence of mind to get your video on and keep it running.
So it kept going, and they didn't get anything else.
I think they have more, but they only released that little bit.
Oh, they do have more. Okay. Well, that makes a lot more sense. I mean, if you think about what else might be on there. Voice wise, what is said to give them an idea of, if this guy was involved in the social media thing, who knows? Who knows? I mean, this guy could have said, my son's in the car, or, I mean, has anybody, I mean, I know nothing about the circumstances of what happened after that. So what transpired and what was released and what wasn't.
Well, they've been communicating with this Anthony Shots, which is obviously a catfishing account. So it had a picture of a young male on there.
So
apparently,
go ahead.
Libby had wanted to meet him as well.
Right. So they were probably going there thinking he was going to meet them. Then it's this dude, this old man. It looks like an old man to me. So let's say it's the old man, and then he says, "Oh, my son's, down the hill."
Yeah, could have been.
Because he says up the hill or down the hill?
Yeah, down the hill. Yeah.
So he lured him. He lured him like that. Now, where were they found? There at the...
on the other side of Deer Creek. I can't remember how far away it was from the bridge, but it wasn't right at the bridge. So
what's the thoughts on that? Is it like, did did they think that he immediately took them from the bridge area?
Well, there's talk of he could have taken them away from that area. Like they might not have died out there.
Yeah.
They could have been taken back. But obviously we don't know any of those details because they're not releasing anything.
They didn't release anything about that.
No, so that's just speculation.
Okay. I didn't know. I don't know how much has been let out and how much hasn't.
Not a lot.
Interesting. And this is how many years now?
5. It's
5 years.
2017.
Wow. Those poor families.
Yeah, it's awful.
It really is. Okay, so let's talk about this man. If you're ready to move on. Go ahead, finish up whatever else you think is important before we talk about him.
Well, so the Anthony Shots account is really important in this. I think that there had been reports that it had been used to like solicit pictures and stuff from young girls. So I think they checked that account, and Libby's sister obviously realized that account had been communicating with Libby on that day. So I think that's why they investigated, because they did a search warrant of Kegan Kline's home. So Kegan Kline is the one who created the Anthony Shots account. They did a search of his home on the 25th of February 2017, so 12 days after. And they took all of his electronics and things. He had multiple phones. And they found all these images and searches and things of young girls and lots of horrible stuff on there. And there'd also been searches for Sandy Hook as well. So in amongst all of these young girls' images and things, there was a search for Sandy Hook, which is pretty disturbing.
Very disturbing.
Yeah.
So is there any other victims that he's been charged?
There's other people. Yeah. There's other people that he's done this to. So his charges, he has 30 charges. So it took them 3 years to arrest him as well. So they obviously it was a huge search.
So they were watching him for 3 years, do you think?
No, all of these charges are from 2016 and 17. So I don't know why it took them 3 years, but he was arrested in 2020.
Yikes. I wonder what he could have been doing in those 3 years. Do we think, what do they do? It's a little off topic, but I've always kind of wondered what they do when an investigation takes that long. Are these people still getting away with that same behavior? Or
I think they're probably watching very closely.
To make sure there's no contact and things like that.
Doing anything. Yeah.
Scary stuff.
There's nothing for the years in between on his charges. It's just from those 2 years. And there's one from 2020 as well. I can't remember which one that is.
So that's when he started getting caught, or he started getting more aggressive.
Yeah,
right?
It escalated. Yeah, exactly. Who knows? So his charges, he has 1 for child exploitation with intent to arouse and satisfy sexual desires.
Ew.
7 counts of possession of child pornography with an aggravating factor. 9 possession of child pornography. 3 obstruction of justice. 1 possession of child pornography, possession of photos. 2 child exploitation. 4 child exploitation enhanced by aggravating factor. 2 synthetic identity deception, and 1 child solicitation.
Was he convicted on these charges? Or is this...
It's still pending, so I think he has a court date in May this year.
So he was arrested for all these charges that you just read, and he was out on bail?
No, he's been in.
Oh, he's been in.
Yeah.
Okay, so they did not let him out.
No. Nope, not on all those charges.
Well, you never know. We've seen We've seen
It's
some
true.
crazy bonds for some pretty serious charges.
Yeah, but no, they did not let him out.
Well, good. Good. So, what was the 2020 one? Was that, did
I
you
can't
read
remember
that
which one
one?
that one was. I think it might have been the obstruction of justice one. I think. Because when they did the initial search, after he'd got back home after his interview and stuff in 2017, he found another phone. And when he found that phone, he deleted and uninstalled Snapchat and Instagram.
Mm.
And then, yeah, deleted and uninstalled them. And then the next day, he deleted a Meet Me app, which he'd been talking to people on. And then
Now, what's that? Like a Bumble or whatever it's called?
I guess it's a communication thing, like a chat. I
Like
think
Tinder type thing?
I've got no idea because I didn't even know what it
But
was
like you
until
meet people, like you talk to people and then like you could meet them as like friends or like
yeah, I guess
hookups,
so.
something like that.
Yeah,
Okay, so he's making profiles on there to talk to
yeah.
teenagers.
There's a lot. He's got one on Kick as well, which he communicated with people on
I've
too.
heard. Oh yeah, wow.
So that is a chat thing.
Yeah, I used to have that like a
Mm.
long time ago. Um,
Like WhatsApp, I
Creepy.
guess.
Really, really creepy. Yeah, it's kind of
Yeah.
like WhatsApp. It's a texting app, right?
Yeah. So on that same day as well, he reinstalled Snapchat, made sure everything was deleted, and then uninstalled it again. And then he waited 2 days before he reported it to the police and said, "You've missed this phone in your search." And apparently he said that he found it on top of his microwave, but I can't imagine that they missed that on top of his microwave in his kitchen. So it must have been one that he'd hidden. He didn't want them to find because obviously he deleted all this stuff off it.
It's disturbing.
Yeah.
I agree. Look at Lena James. Potatoes should do audiobooks.
Oh, really?
Not yet, Susan Goins. Do you like this setup? How are you liking this? Are you able to see the chat okay? And
I can't see the chat on here.
on the right side of your screen, you don't have a chat.
Oh, wait, hold on.
See where it says stream and then there's a
Oh,
private?
now I see it.
Yeah, is it working?
Yeah.
I think they did some updates to this. Let's see. They have some sound bites built in. They're kind of dumb, but that's for Potato being here tonight. Everybody give Potato lots of love.
Thank you.
Yeah, she's awesome.
I have to say as well that his dad was also involved in this stuff.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was going to ask you because I'm looking at some charges for his dad right here.
Yeah, so not only just his charges, but these accounts that were on these devices also had Tony Kline's email address and his Skype account on there. And they'd been communicating with young girls. Kegan created an alias of a young girl because he thought that it, like, other girls would be more willing to send pictures if they thought that he was a girl. But they also used it to communicate with other people who had fake profiles. So like older men who had fake profiles of young girls, and they would exchange child pornography that way.
Wait, what?
Young girl to young girl, fake profiles, exchanging pictures and videos.
My God. No wonder it is so hard to find these creepoids.
Yep. Yeah, I was shocked when I read that because you wouldn't even think that they would be doing it that way.
Terrifying. Yeah. Absolutely terrifying for our children.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, his dad, Tony Kline, has a past as well.
With
like his aren't child related. Well, apart from one of them is. But from 1989, he has charges. So his 1989 was a criminal misdemeanor, and then 1990 had a violation of probation. So I don't know what that is. They didn't give any details of like what these charges were or anything back then.
Oh, yeah. It just says if it's a felony or a misdemeanor, and
yeah,
that's pretty much it. So
Yeah.
we don't know if he did time.
I don't think he did. I think he was just on probation for all of his charges. Or he was in for a couple of days and then it was suspended. So 2015, he had a charge for battery resulting in bodily harm or bodily injury. And he was sentenced to a year, but that was suspended. He had probation for 345 days.
Ooh.
Yeah. And that was witnessed by like 6 other people as well, including the woman's 11-year-old daughter. Ooh. And then a month after that, he was given a no contact order for her daughter, her 11-year-old daughter, because he'd been stalking her. I guess connected to this case. He'd followed her in his truck while she was riding her bike. So yeah, I mean, not a nice guy.
Yuck.
August 2007, he had Class D felony, 2 counts of theft. I think he'd stolen money from 2 pizza places. And he pled guilty to 1 of the counts. He was sentenced to a year. That was suspended. And he had to pay back as well what he'd taken. I can't remember how much it was, like 600 or something. January 2009, he had harassment charge, but that was dismissed. But then in October 2009, he had 3 counts of harassment, was given a no contact order and sentenced to 180 days. He served 2 of them and the balance was suspended. And that is it. So,
that's it.
yeah.
You sure there's not another one hiding in there?
I'm sure there probably needs to be.
My gosh. What is going on? Like, what is wrong with this world? This is just far too often.
As well. I mean, yikes.
Big time yikes. Those poor little girls.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just so sinister, you know?
Yeah.
Ooh, what's that? I hear some music. I got to get back to my screen. Oh, I missed it. Thank you, Kristen Shropshire, Roberta, for subscribing. Don Tate. I've seen this guy on the Pedo Hunters group. That guy is sick AF.
Oh, which one? Tony?
I think that's...
Kegan?
I think that's who he's talking about. Yeah, I think that guy looked too old to be that younger guy too. And it's not letting me share my screen. I wanted to show you guys because Maligator and Potato put together a lot of freaking photos and it's not allowing me. I'm trying to think another way I can do it. Oh, I have an idea. Hold on. Roberta. Did you hear that?
No.
Okay, you can't hear the Roberta?
I can't hear them.
It's the super chat. So I changed my super chat and my membership, not just super chat, memberships, whatever else comes on the screen, memberships, subscribers, and super chats. So there's new things, and one of them is Roberta. So when you subscribe, you become a Roberta or a member,
Love
one
that.
of the two. Anyways, can't believe you can't hear it.
I can't. Sad. I can
Okay.
hear them. So they can hear them. I can't.
Do you have where did I send you the link? I texted it, right?
Next. Yeah.
Okay. Because I'm going to come in on my phone and then just add myself to the stream and see if that works. And then I can just share my Slack from my phone. Because I want to be able to pull this up.
Yeah, because the pictures are really interesting. That's what I noticed to start with when this whole Anthony Shots thing came out, and Kegan and his dad. Well, I realized that Kegan lived with his dad. Obviously, one of the initial drawing was an older guy, and then there was a younger one, and it looked like two different people. And then there's Kegan and his dad. So I was like, okay, that's a bit weird.
Yeah, I can't find that link. Is it way back? Oh, I got it. Finally. All right, let's see if it's going to let me do this. I have to let Summer out of here. Hold on. All right, I'm going to join as J. Two. And then I got to mute, right? Yes. All right, this is a new experiment for me. I've never done this kind of trickery. Advanced settings. Let's see. All right, we should be good. I'm going to join. JX2 joined. Okay. All right, let's see. We have a guest here. Let's see who it is. It's me. Oh my God. Okay. Potato, you're doing wonderful. I just want to say, everybody, I know everybody loves hearing Potato talk. Tonight, I want to thank Potato for coming on and sharing her delicate but strong voice with us. Okay, let's see if I can share screen from here. I don't think it's gonna let me. Damn it. Son of a gun. Hey, Bella. Muffin Top. I love that name. It's awesome.
It cracks me up every time I see it.
I don't think it's gonna freaking let me. Well, you know what? Yeah, it won't. She does sound neat. Scamber says, I feel like it was the alcoholic that lived in that forest who did the crime. Who's the alcoholic?
I don't know. So I just remember there was one other suspect, I think, early on. Can't remember what his name is, though. Eldridge or something? I don't know.
Is that transcript online where maybe I can just share my Chrome screen instead of... I might not be able to share all the pictures, but I can at least...
Yeah, it should work from that link.
It's telling me that I have to do something with my settings. Or as you would say, settings.
Settings?
Yeah, my settings.
Sort your settings out.
Yeah, I need to sort those because I sat with settings wrong. No, I go to share my whole screen and it says, Chrome does not have permission to access your screen. Please follow these steps. And then I try to follow the steps and it doesn't change anything.
I'm not good with technology, so
I don't know. Do I have Mac Catalina? I don't even know. I have no idea. So I'm sorry that I can't share those. And then guests can't share their screen either, or what?
I don't know.
I don't know. Do you have an option to share your screen?
I'm not even gonna try because I will mess that up.
Oh my God, she says, forget about it, Jay. Let's move on.
There is
no
way.
Well, I'm sorry. For lack of pictures. What do you mean sketches?
Oh, when he draws.
Oh, he likes to
talk
troll.
while you troll, Scott.
Yeah. Time for another name change. That's what Scott Skulls needs for his jokes, so I know when it's a joke. Because he'll tell a joke, like if I'm on his panel, and he'll be like, Jay.
You didn't get it.
Jay, that was supposed to be a joke, Jay. You're supposed to laugh, Jay.
Laugh now. She doesn't know.
Jay doesn't laugh at my jokes. She just likes my horse.
Malagate says, can she share hers? She knows how to share screen.
Oh, okay. I will, Lisa. I don't know what you mean, though. I don't have any private info. Only thing I got back here is a Scott Skulls horse, a picture of Ted Bundy, till death do we part, and chop it like it's hot. What are you talking about, Scott Skulls?
What do you mean?
Uh-oh, I missed something. Steve. Can I go back? I don't see it. Thank you so much. Painting Services. Painting Services by Steven. Daniel Nations was the guy in the woods.
I haven't heard that name.
I sound a lot like Tiffany. Oh, I don't. Tiffany Marie? I don't sound any like her.
Mm-mm.
She has a very high-pitched voice. Not very, but way higher pitched than mine. I don't see it, but thank you so much, Steve. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Look at him calling me out and stuff. Everyone's sassy tonight. Everybody is a little bit sassy. Ooh, that's big. Can we add like 5 more people so we can make our screens a little bit smaller?
My face is big.
No, it's not. You're beautiful, Potato. You are. You're absolutely gorgeous. You're our favorite Brit.
Thank you.
JB, it's we have to stand down.
Do you guys love this? Not painting another one. Wait, what?
Not paying another one. Another what?
Painting Services by Steve. Not painting another one. Duh. I'm confused. JB, you need to stand down. I'm kind of a little airheaded tonight. James Chadwell was another person. I don't know who that is. Painting Services by Steve is a funny name. I think that might be his business name. Is that your business name, Steven? Tony. Jay makes me think of the Delilah radio show or a jazz singer.
Jazz singer.
Ooh, I never heard.
Jazz.
That's pretty amazing.
It's that
April
raspy voice. It's good for jazz.
So we got Painting Services by Steve, and then we've got charcoal drawings. Yeah, charcoal looking ass drawings by Scott. Chadwell was the guy with a 9-year-old in the basement.
What? I don't know about this Chadwell.
Oh, it was so predictable, but so unpredictable, Steve. Because I told him one day, I said, oh, it's Steve with his predictable super chat. He's like, don't get too comfortable with that looking ass.
He's like, I'm not saying it anymore.
Right. He's like, be careful what you wish for, looking ass. All right. So Potato and I are going to go through this interview that this reporter, Roberta, did with Mr. Kline. And she has chose to be Barbara. Big shocker.
Barbara.
She's going to Barbara. They're coming to get you, Barbara. Anybody know what movie that's from? Is Mike Carey in here? My Stephen King Carey? They're all going to laugh at you. Miss Shell, I thank you so much. I got this from Shell for Christmas. It says, sorry, I can't. I'm watching every damn murder documentary ever made. Damn, look at Steve. He's got his whole like slogan. Painting services by Steve. Wait, I tried to pin it. We are an award-winning painting company that specializes in all phases of residential painting and customer satisfaction. Duh. There's your next commercial. Get it on your local radio station. All right, so she's going to be Barbara, and it's from the Night of the Living Dead, by the way. They're coming to get you, Barbara. Like the black and white Night of the Living Dead. Have you ever seen that one, Tater?
Nope.
It's a definite
No idea what
must-see
it's about.
for the Halloween lover. It's an oldie, but it's, black and white, and it's Creep Town, dude, because of it. Look at Heather 4178. Peter Pan looking ass.
Looking ass.
Why do you look like Peter Pan?
The duh gets me. Yeah, it got me too.
The Dinah. He's duh. All right, so Barbara, you are coming to the Clinker. I wish I had my jingle jangle noise effect.
Yeah.
But you are on your way, Barbara, to the Clinker to interview someone rather sinister and who is a suspect of the Delphi murders. So, Barbara, tell us a little bit about how this is going to be going in and sitting in front of this murderer. Can you just give us a little interview before you go into the jail, the prison, rather?
So they did it over video call. So she didn't actually go
Oh,
in.
my bad. Okay. Okay. I'm Barbara's coworker. Barbara, you're getting ready to go into this Zoom and talk to this dude. Like, what's going on? What do you think? What do you think he's going to be like? What do you think he's going to say?
Creepy.
You think he's just
It's
going to be...
gonna be Creep Town, dude.
Yeah, do you think you're going to need like a shower after you leave?
Oh yes.
All right. I got your back, girl, if you need me. I'll be right outside in my office. All right. So Potato walks on in. She gets into the jail and
On the
let's
phone.
go. Or no, I'm sorry. That's well, in her mind.
I
In
log,
her mind.
I log into Skype.
She, Potato is so sick of COVID and all these restrictions that she's imagining in her mind that she is walking in to visit him in person. Go ahead, Barbara.
Hi, Kegan. How are you? Heavy clear.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm okay. My name is Barbara. We haven't met.
Yeah, I didn't know your name.
Do you realize your name?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, blacked out real bad. I couldn't hear you for...
Oh. So, are you aware that there's a bunch of news stories out there linking you to the Delphi murders?
Yeah, I saw that on the news.
And how do you feel about that?
I feel like I'm being harassed completely.
Did you have anything to do with the murders
No,
of Abby or Libby?
not at all. And I've gave up my DNA, a hair follicle test. I've done everything they wanted me to.
Where were you on February 13th, 2017?
I was at my house. They have my GPS locations and everything.
And you were on in Peru, Indiana?
Yeah.
Okay. That you created this fake profile Anthony Shots, is that correct?
Yeah.
So Anthony Shots was communicating with Libby.
That's what they...
Was that you?
That's what they said.
Was that you?
No, not that I remember, but that's what they're saying.
So you may have been communicating with Libby and maybe not.
Right.
And were you ever trying to meet these girls in real life
No.
that you were talking to?
Never. No.
So you were just asking for images
Right.
and talk.
Right.
Did that cut out again?
Yeah, it's been cutting out.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
So do you remember the night of the 13th, the night that the girls went missing? Do you remember communicating with Kelsey German?
No, I don't.
Has anybody else had access to this Anthony Shots login
I mean,
information?
I live with my dad, but I don't know.
Do you think your dad could have been accessing that profile?
Yeah, I do.
Do you think your dad could be involved in
No.
what happened to Abby and Libby?
No, because I was with him that day.
So you were both at home in Peru, Indiana.
Yeah, I lived with him.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you know that he didn't have anything to do with the murders,
Right.
but you think he may have been using that profile to talk to girls.
Yeah, that's the only other person that could have, because he lived there. You know what I mean?
So you guys had all access to the same electronic items.
Right, yeah.
So in the search warrant or the probable cause affidavit for the arrest for the charges that you're facing right now,
Right.
it says that you had turned over a bunch of electronics when they first searched your home.
Right.
And when they did that search warrant on your home, did you know that that was regarding Abby and Libby?
No. Barbara, I said no.
Libby's case?
No, they would not show me anything. I didn't even see the search warrant till this day.
Really?
Yeah, on both times I've been, because that happened in 2017. And then, like, when I was arrested for these charges on August 19th, 2020, they still never showed me a search warrant.
Wow. So you don't know then what the search warrant, which case that was about, whether this was just...
No, I had no clue. I asked them, hey, what is this for? And they told me to shut the hell up and get in the car.
And so are you aware whether you may have talked to Libby on the 13th?
That's what they said. That's what the police tell me.
That you did?
Yeah.
And do you have any recollection of
No,
that?
not at all. I've told them 100 times. I've done everything they wanted me to, and it's just like they're harassing me.
So were you surprised that all of this came out this week?
Oh, yeah. They told me they were going to put out something, and I said, that's fine with me. I don't care, you know. I'm innocent, so you can put out whatever you want. And I have a friend in Texas that's texting me, telling me, hey, you're on the news here.
Yeah, now it's all over.
Yeah.
It's national news.
Right.
Have you talked to any other reporters
No, I have
since this happened?
not. No, I have not.
Do you have any interview requests?
I mean, I'm open to anything, but no.
Okay. So have you been cooperating with the investigators?
Yeah, 100%. Anything they ask me to.
And when was the last time you talked to any of these investigators?
This would have been Monday. They came to the jail on Monday.
And what did they want from you on Monday?
A polygraph test.
And what did you say?
I said, yeah. And they jogged me around for about an hour, for over an hour. My lawyer was there, and I told him, like, hey, three or four times, hey, give me the polygraph test. And he won't. He didn't. He kept saying, no, I got more stuff to ask you.
So you've never been polygraphed?
I have one time when it happened, because immediately I was like, well, give me a polygraph test, a DNA, whatever you want. I'll do anything. And
you have, did you give them your DNA?
Yep. Yeah. A hair follicle test.
Okay. So what kinds of things have these investigators been talking to you about?
About my case here, and then my involvement with that, with the Delphi.
Okay.
Yeah.
And have you been to Delphi?
No. I was in Delphi in high school for a football game, but that's the only time I've ever been to Delphi.
Have you been out to the Monon High Bridge?
I have no clue where it even is. I couldn't even tell you how to get to Delphi.
So why do you think investigators are putting so much focus on you right now?
I have not a clue because I think it's because they said I was the last person to talk to her. That's what they've told me.
Oh. And then she shows up at the bridge and they're abducted and later found dead.
Right.
And that was not you?
No, 100% no. They have my GPS the whole day.
And how do they have your GPS for the whole day? From your phone?
Well, from my phone, yeah.
Okay.
They can, I don't know how they do it, but yeah. And he's shown me that day all my GPS locations, you know what I mean?
And none of them were from Delphi.
Not even close.
Do you think investigators are thinking that your dad could be involved in the murders?
Well, I know about 2 Fridays ago, or it was, yeah, I think it was 3 Fridays ago, they raided him. And I'm not sure what it was about or what, but on the news, I saw them show the house. And then his neighbor talked to the police and said, or talked to the reporter and said that he was raided. But I've tried to contact him, and he won't contact me back. So I don't know.
So what is your relationship like today?
We with my dad,
Yeah.
we don't talk at all, but up until
And why is that?
I don't know, up until about 2-3 weeks ago, he would talk to me every day, come out and view me at the visit, or have a visit with me all the time.
Mm-hmm.
A few times a week, he'd put money on my books. I mean, we'd talk every day almost.
And so he's been sort of ghosting you
Yep.
since
Yep.
the last, 2 weeks?
Yeah. Yeah.
Since that raid on his
Yeah.
house.
Yeah.
Does that sound to you like he's scared?
I would think, because I have no reason why
Do
he wouldn't want to talk to me. You know what I mean? I'm his only child. I mean, we had a great relationship.
you think he's the type of person who could have killed these girls?
I don't think so, because I was with him. You know what I mean? So I know it wasn't him. But in his past, he's had, like, he's beaten up his ex-wife. I mean, he's held guns to us as when we were kids. You know what I mean? Like, he's not really a great person. You know what I mean?
So he's been violent
Yeah,
in...
definitely. Yeah.
Can I ask you, do you know who Ron Logan is?
No, I don't.
Ron Logan is the property owner where the girls' bodies were found out by the bridge.
Oh, okay.
Do you know if your father knows him?
I have no clue. I've never heard that name before.
Interesting. So has your father ever stopped communicating with you before this?
No. When I got arrested, August 19th, 2020, he didn't talk to me for about 5 months. And then just one day, I think it was April, he just started talking to me again. But yeah, I mean, my whole life, we've always had a great relationship, my whole life, besides when I was
And
a kid, you know?
who and what do you mean besides when you were a kid? Was he abusive?
Yeah, real bad.
In what way?
Physical and emotional. A lot. Pretty much emotional my whole life.
So tell me about the 13th. What were you guys doing all day that you know for sure he was with you the whole day?
Well, he doesn't work on Monday, Saturday, or Monday, or Sunday, and Mondays. Confused. Well, he doesn't work Monday through Saturday, or Monday, or Sunday, and Mondays. So we would always just hang out at the house, go to my grandparents. But I remember that day. We watched a wrestling pay-per-view that night, and he was at my grandparents with me around 5 or 6, and then the rest of the night. But he usually sleeps, you know, because he works third shift. So he normally sleeps until about 1 or 2, and then we wake up, get lunch, you know, stuff like that.
Okay. And so you know that he was with you from 1 or 2, Monday the 13th?
Right.
Throughout the evening?
Right, yeah.
So how do you reconcile this in your head that this focuses on you?
I have no clue. I've asked them, I'm like, what else do you want me to do? You know what I mean? And it's like they're harassing me. They will not stop. It's like I've done everything they want. They went through all my phones. They know everything about me. They've talked to people that I know. You know what I mean? It's like they will not stop.
But you involved in child pornography?
The charges against me, yeah.
So, and one of those, trying to solicit a child to meet you for sex?
That's what they said, but the evidence in my thing doesn't show anything like that.
Okay. And maybe somebody else was using
Right.
that profile and trying to do that?
Right.
But your dad would be the only other person who
Yeah.
would have access to that profile.
Yes.
What would you like to ask your father right now?
Really, I texted him the other day and I just asked, like, why are you believing everyone over your own son? You know what I mean? Like, I don't get it. I'm his only son and daughter. I'm an only child. Like, it's like, why are you just giving up on me over nothing? Well, I get it, not over nothing, but why? We were fine 2 weeks ago and then they raid you and it's like, now you're not going to talk to me?
Do you remember who the investigators were that came to talk to you?
It was one. You mean last week?
Yeah.
Yeah, Trooper Vito is his name. Vido.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so it was by himself, and he came and saw you on Monday.
Yeah.
And then they said, we're going to release something tonight.
Yeah.
Were they trying to get something from you that day?
Yeah, because I was supposed to go do a polygraph test that day.
And you said you agreed to it, but
Yeah.
then they didn't follow through.
3 or 4 times I said, you're going to do it? And he just keeps dragging it on and dragging it on. And I told him, hey, I'll do it right now. Just give me the polygraph test. And he wouldn't. And then they take like 3 guys out of my cell block there to ask him questions about me that night.
Do you know what they said?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Have you followed the case of Abby and Libby at all
No, not really.
since it happened?
No. Mm-mm.
What do you want people to know about you?
That I'm innocent of this. And I would love to find out who did it. That's 2 kids that died. You know what I mean? I just want them to know it's not me. And I've gave everything to the state police that they've asked. Everything.
There was, when they collected your electronics back in 2017?
Yeah.
They took all your,
Yeah.
and one phone you said you found a few days later, and you called them and you said, I have this.
It was immediately after I got home. They did a whole interview with me and then took me home. An officer did. And it was right on the counter. And I was like, what the hell? So I called them immediately from my dad's phone and told them, hey, there was a phone that you guys didn't get. They came the next day and got it.
And you had deleted some things from some of your electronics.
I deleted an application, yeah.
And what app was that?
I think it was Kik. K-I-K.
And why did you delete that app?
I don't know. I really don't know, but they got me for obstruction of justice for that. There was a woman that I talked to there, and her name was Tracy. It started with a K, but she was with Child Protective something. And I was like, well, she goes, just be done with it. And I was like, well, I'm going to delete everything. And she goes, yes, that's fine. And so I did. That they still hit me with that obstruction of justice 2 times for that. Even though she said it was okay to do that. I told her, hey, this is a big wake up. You know what I mean?
And so your attorney?
Yeah, Akey. Andrew Akey.
Akey?
Yeah. Yeah. First name Breaky.
Achy breaky, huh? And what is he telling you about what's going on?
Well, see, he's not my attorney for Delphi. The Delphi case, so he can't really talk to me about it.
Oh.
Yes, I have no legal representation or nothing.
Oh, so you don't have a lawyer with you when you're talking to them?
No, I did that last time. He sat in, but like he told me before, I'm not your lawyer for this, so I'm just going to sit here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So do you feel like you're being pegged for this murder?
Yeah.
Do you
And they've contacted my whole family, all my friends, and now no one talks to me anymore because of this, because they all think I'm some terrible person or something.
Well, and I mean, you were committing crimes
Right.
against children.
Right.
You were asking children to send you inappropriate images, correct?
Right, yeah.
So, I mean, you were doing some things wrong.
Right.
But you draw the line that you never met these girls.
Yeah, never. No.
After this happened, did your father file this case at all? Do you
Not
know?
that I know of, no.
And tell me about Anthony Shots. Why did you create that profile?
I don't really know. I was just lonely, you know what I mean? Just talking to people. I don't know why I did it, really.
Where did that name come from?
My middle name is Anthony.
On your profile, were they true? Did you own a marijuana delivery business at one point?
Yes, I did.
You did?
Yeah, in Las Vegas, yes.
Okay. And what years was that operating?
2017 to 2018.
And so when did you move out to Las Vegas?
Like June of 2017.
Okay. And you worked as a casino dealer out in Vegas as well? Hello?
I'm sorry, Barbara. I'm sorry, Barbara. Yeah, like June of 2017. Oh,
Okay.
No, I was not a casino dealer. No. Mm-mm.
Okay. And what about armed security guard? Did you ever do that?
No, but I worked. Well, not really. No. So no. But I did help one of my friends that was a bounty hunter out there. But no, I wouldn't say that. I didn't pay taxes or anything for it, so.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Mm.
Technically, it wasn't a job.
So you weren't like licensed or anything as a
No,
bounty
no.
hunter?
No.
Okay. Were you carrying a weapon?
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't expecting and to hear any of this from you. I'm surprised that you don't have an attorney representing you on these charges.
Yeah.
So there is a podcast that's been released where one of your friends supposedly talked to a podcast host and said you were into all kinds of dark things. You were out on the dark web. Is that true?
No, dark things? What are you talking about?
Well, I mean, you know, so to some people, child pornography would be a dark thing.
Yeah, but I didn't discuss any of that with my friends or nothing like that.
Okay. So, but that was something you and your father both shared. You knew that about him. He knew that about you.
I wouldn't say he knew that about me. I wouldn't, because he told the officers that he didn't know, so I don't know.
Into child pornography.
Right.
And how long have you known that about your father?
I mean, I can remember being around 20 years old and him having sex with one of my friends that was underage. I would about 19. I'd say she was about 17.
Oh.
Yeah, and he's a grown man. He's in his 40s probably by then.
Do you know what age he prefers?
I do not know.
But he likes young women.
Right.
And he has been violent with some of those women.
Yeah, his ex-wife. Yeah, he's been to jail over beating her up. Yeah.
And does he have any substance abuse problems?
I mean, I know he takes prescription pills. I'm not sure if he's abusing them or not. I don't know.
Does he drink alcohol or use any drugs?
Not anymore, but I know he used to, yeah.
Okay. So when did you first find out that your name was out there? Was that yesterday or day before?
It would have been Tuesday. Tuesday night at 7 on the news. It was what opened the news, was my face and them talking about me.
And what went through your mind when you saw that?
Yeah, that's crazy that they're putting this out there, because they've done this to a few other people with the Delphi case. They put their face out on the news and everything.
And so you think you're just the latest target?
Right.
How much did you weigh in February of 2017? Do you recall?
How much did I would say 300, 310 maybe.
And how tall are you?
I'm like 5'11", 6 foot.
And how tall is your father?
About the same height.
And what is his weight? Do you know?
Now I'm not sure, 280 maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I mean, I know you say that he was with you that day, but would your father be capable of going out and walking this bridge and killing 2 girls? Would he physically be capable of doing that?
Yeah, he hunts and he's got to pull out deer. So, I mean, yeah, I would think he'd be capable of doing it. But yeah.
But you know he was with you.
Yeah.
I'm worried that the clock is going to run out on this interview here pretty soon. Is there anything I haven't asked you about that you want people to know?
Just that I'm innocent. That's it.
And do you think you're going to be charged with anything relating to Abby and Libby's murder?
No, I don't.
So the state police haven't threatened that?
No.
Do you feel like they're trying to get you to pin this on your dad?
Yes, I do.
And that's probably why he's not speaking to you.
Right. Because when I first got arrested, they told me that they knew it was my dad. And if I tell them, all my charges will be dropped.
They told you that last year?
Like, not dropped, but go away is pretty much what they said.
And they told you that last year when you were arrested?
Yeah, August 19th.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'd like to set up another interview with you tomorrow, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, that's fine.
Is there a time of day that's best for you?
Probably around the same time, if that's possible.
You cut out.
Probably about
what time?
The same time, 2:00, if that's okay.
2:00?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
All right, because I'm worried that this is going to cut out here at 25 minutes, and we're almost there. I really appreciate you agreeing to talk to me, and
yeah,
I know you want to get your story out, but I would certainly appreciate it if you would not give any other interviews.
Okay.
And are you okay with me recording this interview?
Yeah.
Are you okay with me putting this on television?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. Excellent. Well, thank you, Kegan. I do appreciate your time today. I'm going to let you go. And I'll reschedule another appointment for tomorrow at 2.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
All right.
Have a good day.
Talk to you later. You too.
Bye.
Bye.
And that concludes our
Bye-bye.
read through. End of recording. So this, at the end of this document, which you guys can't see, Miami County, state of Indiana, it's just a signature from the court reporter that she has that transcript. So interesting. He was going to do another interview the very next day.
Yeah, I don't know if that actually happened.
We don't know yet. Okay, so Leslie Rogers was the chat. I kind of glanced over a couple times. People didn't know if this was fake or if we were really. You were interviewing Jay. So apparently we must have done a good job.
Got some good acting skills going on.
Right? I do too, Audra D. I think that Potato needs her own channel of like bedtime stories with Deb.
Yeah, no, thank you.
She's like, no, thank you. Deb.
Stop it.
Oh my gosh, we did great. Thank you. They said we were really convincing. Thanks.
Oh, good.
It was just really funny to see the comments like, is this real?
I couldn't even look at chat because I would lose my spot. Oh, wait.
Thank you, everyone. I turned it off halfway through. Yes, I did. But I'm going to come
Those
back.
stories.
So, okay, so let's go through and talk about some things that stood out.
So he contradicted himself. Basically.
A lot. So all right, so let's go back to the very beginning, like the first page. And he's talking about that he was with his dad that whole day, right?
Yeah.
But then he says, we watch a pay-per-view that night.
Mm-hmm.
And then he can only account for being at the grandparents' house at 5 or 6.
Yeah. Yeah. And the murders happened before that. So it was in between, like, I think it was 1:30, I think. And they think it was all over by about 3:30. And he also said that his dad usually gets up at 1. That doesn't mean he did on that day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when they say usually, it's kind of a general, like they're supposed to, but maybe they didn't.
I think they're both like it. I think they're both guilty. If they're both, I mean, if they're involved, I think they're both involved. If it's one, I think it's both.
Yeah, well, they're each other's alibi,
right?
And I think they're trying to break that because Kegan, like in his first interview with police, he said that there's no way his dad could have access to his apps and things. Like he didn't know his passcode for his phones. And then in that interview, he's saying that, yeah, he could have. And he even went as far as to put it on one of his friends. He said his friend could have accessed it and his girlfriend knew his passcode, but not his dad. Well, now he's saying he could have.
So they were sharing the dang accounts.
Yeah. So when he's saying like he doesn't remember some of the messages and he denies seeing the pictures and things. So I think they were thinking his dad probably had some of those conversations. And that's why he doesn't remember stuff.
Yeah.
I think that they were both doing it, especially as his dad's email and things were on those devices too.
Yeah, I think he's totally trying to pin it on his dad. But his dad could be, you know, I don't know that picture. I wish I could show it because he does look older. The guy in that picture. But yeah, back to page. Let me go back. I had to block someone. Oneida. Okay. Page 2. Nothing. Inside joke. So he gave up his DNA, he said, back in 2020.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He did.
And did they get, we don't know if they got DNA from.
I don't know. I don't know.
So they're not talking about anything, any evidence or anything like that.
No.
And they have all his electronics. So they have all of this information, every message that was in this account or in these multiple accounts. So they know that he talked to her.
They said as well, like they did analysis of the messages and they said it was definitely 2 people because the sentence structure and things were different. They could tell who was messaging when. So there's definitely 2 people using that account.
So it had to be pretty much him.
Yeah, so they were trying to get him to say who could possibly be the other person. And originally he was saying it could have been one of his friends. And now he's saying his dad could have been the one that was doing it. And the messages were also sent when they were both at home as well, because they'd gone to Las Vegas.
But so do you think both of them were messaging then, not just the dad?
Yeah, both of them.
Yeah.
There's 2 different people. It was happening when they were at home. And it was also happening when they went to Las Vegas together as well. Because they went to Vegas just before the search was done on their house. They just got back and they searched like the next day, I think it was.
Thank you for becoming a member, Kim Maple Leaf. I did not see it, but I'm glad I see it now. Thank you so much.
Maple's gone greeny.
It's the best I can do tonight.
Big foghorn.
I got it. It's a melon stream kind of night. Welcome to the jungle, Maple Leaf.
You got to just say the Roberts.
Roberter. You're a reverter. And there was something else that stuck out to me. One of his answers. Let me find it. Well, one thing is that he talks about his dad when he got raided. He didn't talk. He doesn't talk to him anymore. And
Yeah. Yeah, so his dad stopped talking to him for about 5 months after he was arrested. And then obviously there was this other raid.
and then suddenly just started
again.
talking again. Yeah.
Yeah.
Think dad's throwing him under the bus.
I think dad is getting scared.
And then he throws in there, he's beating up his ex-wife. He held guns to us when we were kids. He's not a great person.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Mm-hmm.
And he contradicts himself too. Like, I like if someone asked me, like, could your dad have done this horrendous crime? And I really didn't think that my dad was capable or didn't think he did. I'd be like, no, he would never do that to someone. Like, but he says, I don't think so because I was with him. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
the only reason the
maybe
dude,
not.
the only reason the dude didn't do it is because he was with him,
He was
not
there.
because, just like when Candace and H were asked about a relationship. No, she's married or she has a husband.
Yeah, not
And
the fact he's a minor or anything.
And both of them said the same thing. And Candace was like, no, I have a husband and kids that I love very much.
Mhm.
Okay, but if you didn't love your husband and your kids, it would be okay.
Yeah,
It's the same type of thing. Like, this is just so disturbing.
Yeah, it's not a straight no. Like, there's no way
Yeah.
you could do it. It's just a maybe.
Yeah, and just the thought that that's a maybe, yikes.
Yeah, and it was a no before. He did say that he didn't think his dad would, and now he's
And then
saying-
at the end, he's like, do you think they're trying to pin it on you? Yeah. Now you're trying to pin it on your dad? Yeah. It's like,
Mhm.
he doesn't know what he's doing.
No.
And he's saying they're harassing him. And then another interesting part was where he says, they're harassing me. They won't stop. They won't stop. And then she's like, but you were involved in child P. And he's like, well, yeah.
Yeah,
It's like,
Have you
oh,
ever
well,
done
just
dark
that.
things? No, I've never done dark things except for that.
I
It's like
think
it's okay.
I think he freaking pretty much thought, because he was saying he didn't meet him in person. It was A-okay.
It's okay. Yeah.
There was one other thing. Oh, with the polygraph, I think. Let me see. Go ahead. Trying to find this.
I forgot what I was going to say.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to find the part. Oh yeah, typical. He tried to blame the child protective or DCF person for the fact that he deleted evidence off that phone.
Yeah. He was
Oh,
like,
she
"Well,
told me I could."
to." Mhm.
Like some lady's gonna tell him to delete evidence.
Yeah. In his interview, they were like, "I don't think she would have said that," and he was like, "Well, she told me to stop." It's like, yeah, stop doing what you're doing now. Don't go home and delete everything that you've done already.
Right. Knock off the shit you're doing, basically. And then another thing, after this happened, did your father follow this case? He says, not that I know of, no. And then when he was asked, he said, not really.
If he followed it, yeah.
Yeah, not really.
Mhm.
That's
But
not a
he-
no.
He did, because he did searches about
Did
the
he?
case while they were in
Mm.
Las Vegas.
So
So
he
he
really
did.
was in Vegas.
Yeah, they were in Vegas. I think it was only for about 4 days.
Him and his dad
Yep.
owned a marijuana delivery business. Is that proven?
Only Kegan, not his dad.
Hmm.
I don't know if they owned it, and I think he said in his interview that he did deliveries with one of his friends, like medical marijuana deliveries.
And then he was a bounty hunter. I mean, this
I
guy's
don't think
got
that's true. I mean,
an
there's a lot
armed
of
security
things-
guard.
There's a lot of things he says that aren't true. Like, he also claimed to be in a band, and he's got like a whole page about him being a lead singer and a guitarist in this band. But this band's attorney said he never had anything to do with him. But he said he was going on tour and everything, so he clearly lies about stuff.
Do you Do you know what podcast this is that his friend spoke on?
No, I don't have a clue.
I wonder if it's not out yet. Oh, it's already been released. It says there's a podcast that's been released
Yeah.
where one of your friends supposedly talked to a host, said you were into all kinds of dark things, that you were on the dark web. I would like to listen to that podcast. Let's see if I can find it. I wonder if what he thinks about his friend interviewing for a podcast while he's in the clinker.
Yeah, he's probably wondering what friend. Probably hoping it's not the friend he tried to pin it on.
Yeah, what kind of friend did he have? Okay, it's called Down the Hill.
Isn't that Barbara's one?
Or wait,
Oh, it's on the Murder Sheets podcast. So the Murder Sheets podcast is the one where this transcript was from as well. They got hold of this transcript.
so that is it.
I don't know if it's on that one. I think someone said it's on there.
What's it called?
The Murder Sheet podcast.
The Murder Sheet.
Yeah. So they got this transcript of the interview like by chance. They just happened to be on court documents and it appeared and then was taken down again. And she's gone.
We got booted. Wah, wah, wah.
We both got gone in the end.
Right? I got gone in my own stream. What happened there? Russia. We're back, guys. Let's make sure they can see us.
Ruh-roh.
Ruh-roh, Raggy. You said we both got gone. Yeah, I see that. Gray Hughes, he has a video here. I'm looking. I'm looking for a link to share that podcast, but I cannot find it. Oh, it looks like Gray Hughes had them on panel 2 days ago.
Oh.
Oh, Lord. He's going to be like, Jay took my idea again. Oh, here it is. Down. It's not the Down the Hill. Oh, that one's from what? 20. Down the Hill's from 20. Started in 2020. Gosh, she's got a lot of episodes on here. Here, I'll link you guys to this in case you haven't listened. Oh my God. Look at Steve putting me on blast tonight.
Wow, Steve.
Are you flipping kidding me? What a reverter.
JB, it's
What happened, Steve?
That's for you, Steve, and then this is for Carrie. They're all gonna laugh at you. Yeah, you can search it on any podcast. What a reverter. Cute. Bertie Sanchez t-shirt shake, Steve. What? What does that mean? I don't want to know.
I'm not even gonna tell you.
No, I know what that is, but what's a t-shirt?
Oh no.
Welcome back. Russia is hitting us hard tonight.
The Russians.
The Russians. Bye, Jay. Yeah, that is gross, Northern Light. That's kind of inappropriate. Kind of inappropriate there. Who said that? Anyways. Video reel. Yeah, I'm good. Video reel. Or birder. It is Russia, dude. Russia doesn't want us to talk about Kegan. Russia doesn't want us to talk about anything.
It was doing this the other night as well, just kicking everyone out and then bringing everyone back in.
It's doing it on everybody's streams. I've noticed they all get booted and lag and buffer. But so where do we stand now? So we don't know about this second interview, and we just know that they're probably continuing to question him, and we're just waiting for the next update, right?
Yeah. So in February this year, so like last month, the state police superintendent, Doug Carter, was on ABC, Good Morning America, and he said, "We know a lot about you. Today could be the day. Sleep well." So, I mean, what does that say?
Yikes.
And they're still putting out the second picture, the second sketch of the younger guy. That's still on the flyers. But they did remove weight, height, hair color, and age from the flyers because they said they don't want people to focus on that and not call in tips. Because I know a lot of people were saying like that they were 6 foot and that the description was shorter than Kegan and his dad.
Mm-hmm.
So they took all that off. Which says something to me as well that they took that off. Maybe they do want people to think about them.
Oh, good. Video Reel got the venge. Go away, Oni. Yeah. So, Down the Hill is a great podcast. And then Carrie Lee put in chat, the Murder Sheets podcast has the interview with Kayla. So very interesting stuff if you guys want to check those out. I love listening to podcasts like when I'm doing stuff and
Oh yeah, I do.
I can't watch, you know.
I can't clean without having a podcast on.
Yeah, I got to have something on. Usually I put like YouTube on my TV and play it in the house or whatever. Because I have like these reverter ears that those damn... I can't get any kind of AirPod at all to fit in my ear. Like I've tried Bose. I've tried. They are the reverter ear holes because they won't fucking stay in. So get this. So one day I'm riding my bike and I had the Apple AirPods. And I'm riding my bike and I have them and I think I've put them in just where they'll freaking stay. And I hit a bump. There it goes in the road. I'm like, are you kidding me? So then I got these Bose ones thinking because they had these rubber things. It would hold. Same thing. Reverter ears don't hold them. So if someone can come up with a reverter ear pod, I would be ecstatic about that. But I do love these. Someone named Ben got me these for Christmas off the wish list.
Oh, nice.
And I think they're very cool, very stylish.
My candle freaks you out. Maligator.
Why is it tripping her out?
I don't know. What's wrong with my candles?
Oh, the Apple Pro. They came out with new ones that have different sizes. I ordered these things on Amazon for them with different sizes. None of them work because they have that weird oval shape. Whose ear hole is oval? Mine's like round and it just doesn't work, Roberta. Oh, it looks like you're on fire. You know, and I'm so sad because I was going to share with you guys. I went by the Roberta's house today.
Oh, yeah.
And I went out to the Hatchie State Park. And I actually walked out to where Brian was. And I wanted to show you guys some pictures and video, but I guess I'll have to wait till tomorrow when I'm back to the normal stream. I know that girl is on fire. But I will show you guys that tomorrow. And I may or may not have a very, very special guest on stream tomorrow. So if it's not tomorrow, it's going to be this week, a faux show. But I'm not going to say who it is. But I am in the works of planning a very special guest that you may or may not like. But nonetheless, if you come here and you chat and you will be respectful because that's what we do. We adult. Oh, hell no, it's not Jose. No. No. Nope. Special guest. Keep it classy. That's right. So, Potato, I want to thank you and Maligator for putting this stuff together so that we could get caught up in this. I think it's interesting because if she got yet another interview and he still doesn't have a lawyer.
Yeah. It makes me wonder why he even wanted to speak to her, to be honest.
But it makes me wonder why he doesn't have a lawyer. Is it because he's just being questioned? He's not officially...
He's not an official suspect.
So, yeah. So they're going to get him to run his mouth as much as they can before he is actually charged. So they can get as much as they can out of him.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to watch.
Alibi of each other. So I think they need to break that. I mean, it's a big case, isn't it? They need to be sure before they do anything.
Sure. They want those charges to stick.
Yeah.
Thank you, Scott Skulls. Wait, where is... Okay, this thing right here is really cool. If you guys click on this in chat, it has all my links. It's like one little link and it has all of your social media in there. It's pretty cool. So that I wanted to point out. And then there was another thing. Oh, right here, Heather. Minnie Brat was saying Roberta. I don't know if you guys all heard Potato. I said the other day that she sent me a video of her little girl.
Yeah.
And it was so funny because like her little girl knew that it was funny because her little girl laughed before she said it. She like had to stop laughing to get it out. And it was so cute. She was like, ah, and then she's like, Roberta. And she sounded just like the damn soundbite. It was adorable.
Love it.
I can't with how those have stuck.
They do though. I say them
They're
all
catchy.
the time.
Me too. I say Creep Town, dude.
Creep Town is the one.
People look at me like, what?
Creepy.
Yeah, Creep Town, dude. And you almost have to say it like that. Thanks, Jane Potatoes. Thank you guys who are members and became members. I wanted to let you guys know, I did say it on the last stream that we hit 500 members. That's super amazing. Super cool. And I'll be honest, I never really kept track of how many members there were or weren't. And if I would have, I would have guessed that I would have had around, in the 200 range. And I got like this alert on my studio and it said, congratulations, you reached 500 members. I was like, wow, that's awesome.
Oh, what a nice surprise that is. That's so cool.
Well, Heather's little girl is going to go to school calling people Roberters. She's going to blame it on me. All right. Well, thanks so much, Potato. I know it's getting late there. It's after 1, I think.
1:30.
1:30. It's time
It's not as late as the other night, so we're doing pretty good.
No, well, at least you're going to get some sleep tonight. That's what counts.
Exactly.
It's always lovely to have you on panel, and I know that all of everybody in the chat and listening loves to hear from our Potato. So I appreciate you, and I appreciate all your hard work.
You're welcome.
All right. Well, let's end the stream and wrap it up. And that was a read through. It was not real. Let me just put a little
Frozen.
All right, guys. All right, Potato.
You froze. I didn't hear anything.
I froze. Really? I just said.
She liked to twirl. You twirling again.
We're back. That was a premature exit. We're back. Look at them. They're like,
get you off.
all right, so we're out of here. All right, see you later, Potato. Bye, guys. Have a great night, and be looking for that event to pop up so you can hit that reminder for that guest. And I'm still gonna let you guys dance it out because I do have that on here.
It's my favorite bit. Not the end of the show.
Right, Roberta.
I don't give a damn. I don't really care. problems. I don't give a damn. 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 You wanna be with me. You wanna feel something real, but I'm feeling differently. You're making plans to get to France, but don't wanna face the fact that I ain't got time, I ain't got time, I ain't got time for that. Staying up late, sleeping all day, dreaming about Cadillacs. Buying new shoes, hanging by the pool, sipping on Coke and Jack. Calling my phone when you feel alone, but I'll never call you back. 'Cause I ain't got time, I ain't got time, I ain't got time for that. I don't give a damn, I don't really care about you and your problems. I don't give a damn. You talk way too much, I have heard enough about you and your problems. I don't give a damn. 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 You're mad at me for not giving you comfort. You say that I'm away so much and now you don't feel the way you felt when we were younger. But that's okay for me, 'cause I don't give a damn. I don't really care about you and your problems. I don't give a damn. You talk way too much.